I want to talk a little bit about why you're better positioned than ever to create right now. Now, so many of us live in a society or in communities that worship youth. And there's so many great things about youth that are worth celebrating. But I want you to know that people are starving for wisdom. And we know that wisdom is earned. It's earned through experience. It's earned through failure. It's earned through time. We have wisdom. Each of you have wisdom that you can share with us that we need. We each have our unique life experiences that have brought us to this point. Now, I'm curious and would love to see in the chat, we're going to call this a 1. And this is everybody somewhere else on this continuum, and every place is great. I'm going to call a 1, somebody who's so focused. If you've been so involved with one thing for a really long time, your family or your work or your art, or if there's one thing that you have become an expert on, you have been just so focused on that. That's where your efforts have been going for a lot of your time. And so we're just going to call you focused. Now, are you somebody who is, I love this. Elizabeth Gilbert calls a number, we're going to put this a 10 on the continuum, a hummingbird. Now, a hummingbird is somebody who's been doing this for a while, and then they go to this flower and pollinate the next flower with that, and then they bring all of that experience to the next flower and the next flower. So instead of doing one thing, you've been doing a little bit of a lot of things, bringing your experience and wisdom from one thing to the next. So I want you to just think about, where has your life experience been to this point? No matter where you've been, you have wisdom to bring. If you've been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, because you have this combination of life experiences that is completely unique to you. And it may be now that you no longer have young kids. Maybe your kids are grown. Maybe you have grandkids. Maybe you have more time than you used to. Maybe your financial situation has changed. You don't have to worry about that as much. Maybe, like me, you are living somewhere where missiles are falling from the sky, and you realize that you're not actually going to live forever. That if you want to cross the river, you're not going to have forever to do it, because we don't know how much time we have. None of us does. So maybe there's a sense of wanting to get it out. Maybe you want to leave a legacy for your family, for your community. Maybe you really want to contribute, and you feel like you haven't been able to do it yet. If you're feeling like it's too late, I just want to show you just a few examples why it may not be too late. Have you heard of this guy, Claude Monet? So he only became serious about his painting in his 40s. I'm 46. He was probably around my age. His works that are considered his most important are from later in his life. Now, Grandma Moses, she started painting in her late 70s, and she painted until she was 101. And Laura Ingalls Wilder, raise your hand if you grew up with Little House on the Prairie. Like, she didn't even write that series until she was in her 60s. So if you have this feeling like, oh, it's too late, I just want to offer to you the possibility that may actually be an excuse, that maybe it's not actually too late. And I also want to offer the possibility that if you feel like, oh, I've been failing all these years, I never got it together, maybe you weren't ready. Like, maybe what you want to express wasn't ready to be expressed. Maybe you didn't yet have the tools. So I want you to be like really loving to yourself about where you are right now and what the possibilities are moving forward. And maybe this is the exact right time to make it happen.